Welcome to DumbGirlPodcast. I am your host, Jessica Fury, and this is a solo episode on morning routines. I am your wellness blogger, podcaster, trainer, and stone cold fox. So if you are on my Instagram and you follow my stories, you know I talk about morning routines all the time. I am always starting my day with morning routines. The person I've been in a relationship with literally would be like, I've never met a person who was so committed to their morning routine. And I would just be sassy as fuck and be like, you know what? Richard Branson and all the most successful people in the world have a morning routine, and they are fully committed to it, and they find that having a morning routine truly makes you on your game, productive, fully focused, and being in a positive mind state. So I'm going to go over a few tools and tricks that work for me in my morning routine and how you can apply them to your day. So I've always been into having a meditation routine on my day-to-day, but I will definitely say that COVID has been a blessing, total blessing. And I will say that if anybody has been affected through the pandemic, I have so much empathy for you, so much. But when it came to developing my morning routine, I would say that the pandemic has helped me really nurture it to its utmost degree, that I was like, this is what I want the rest of my life. And the reason why I say that is because it has helped develop my mental state on a whole other level. Like literally, I'm on Earth and now I just went to all the planets. Like that's how solid it has helped me, and it has taken so many things in my life into so many different places. So in my morning routine, let's start with very, 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 very basic. Please make me a good cup of coffee. Please bring me coffee in bed, future husband, but a nice cup of coffee with some cream is perfect. So about a year and a half ago, I was told about this book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And this book is a 12-week program. You have to be committed to it. So you definitely have to put the work in, but like most things, you have to put the work in order to get a result. And it's a 12-week course, and it's to open up spiritual creativity. And I don't necessarily use the word game changer, but I would just say for this, it was a game changer. And I say that because it really helped open up a space for me that was really important, and that's my creative life. Nurturing your creative space is almost the opposite of your intelligent brain. We are meant to fill that creative part of our life, and sometimes we have to try so many different things to really come into a place of our full capacity to be creative. And that's sort of how DumbGirlPodcast came about, through my morning writing. So doing the Artist's Way, you have different weeks that you'll do different types of creative stuff, but it was the morning pages, which is 3 pages that you write from your subconscious mind first thing in the morning. Don't touch the phone, don't touch the news feed, don't touch the text messages. Pick the notebook up and just write anything down. Literally, there would be days that I would be writing any type of emotion. There would be days I would be like, what the fuck am I gonna write about? So I would just draw a bunch of hearts. Or I would just write 143, which is something I used to do when I was a teenager, to say I love you. I didn't know, and I would just, or I would ask questions. I would literally take up 3 pages to be like, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write. And then when we write from our subconscious space, we open up a place of vulnerability with ourselves by putting pen to paper, to opening so many different things up that we didn't even know it was available. And that's what it does. It opens up a creative space. Sometimes if you're going through something, you can write it out. And I found this really hard to believe, but it does help get the answers when you put it pen to paper. And I would write gratitude list. If I didn't know what to write, I would write I am grateful for, and I would name it. Sometimes I would write letters to people by just expressing my love and my gratitude to them. But writing first thing in the morning, you can be my best friend, you could be my acquaintance, you can be a listener for Dumb Girl Podcast. I promise you, morning pages, writing in the morning is amazing, especially if you are really in a place where you're like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know what I want to do with anything that's going on. I'm going through so much. I feel so down in whatever it is that I'm feeling. I promise you, I have been there. I have been there through every emotion, sadness, despair, anxiety, resentment, fear. I have been there, and I continually come back to writing because peace of mind and clarity and being grounded is what writing has helped me. So I would definitely say number one on my list is writing. That's definitely something that really does help. And if your first thought is, I do not have any time, I have children, I have this, I have that, you can do this any time of your day. There's no rules. There's no rules to why you do certain things, just because you do it, whatever feels good to you. But I would say that writing as a tool and technique, it does really help. And the second thing, I'm going to go to my favorite thing, and this is meditation. There's so many different ways to meditate. I would say, let's keep it simple. Take your phone, go to the clock, set the timer, sit there quietly. And just when the timer gets bells, get up and go on with your day. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You have to start with something. 5 minutes is a good place to start. A little tip if you want to turn over your day so it turns into a place of good things coming to you. Sometimes when I finish a meditation, I'll say something that I'm grateful for, and I'll ask the universe, God, whomever, I'll say, how can I be in service to another person today? That's something that I find to be really helpful. It's helped me to be really grounded. The third thing is, and moms are really good with this. They're like so good with this. I do really simple to-do lists. Last week I did a post about the Ivy League method. The Ivy League method has been around for hundreds of years. You can Google it, but it's basically you write 6 things down the night before in order of priority, and you tackle the first until it's done, and then you go to the second. For me, I do basic to-do lists because I also have clients, and I look at my calendar and I put things in different colors. My clients are in one color, my workout is in another color, and my creative stuff or my work on my podcast is in another color. Even if I have to call someone, I batch my calls back to back. I'll batch a bunch of emails that I need to answer back to people because I find to be really productive. So I would say finding a to-do list sometimes really helps you. And if you want to do something like start a new project or start working out, you hold yourself accountable. You do. You put it in your calendar, the little bell goes off, and you prioritize based off of that going. So to-do lists I find to be super, super helpful. And surprisingly enough, you would think this would be my first thing, but number 4 would be working out. Get a workout in. There are so many ways to get a workout in, from YouTube to personal trainers to, going to a class. Like with COVID, I mean, the amount of access that we have to different types of workouts has by far exceeded, and I've been in fitness for almost 20 years, and I would say that it is exceeded to so many different levels that you can get an effective workout in 10 minutes as you can in 45 minutes. So again, when I hear people say that they don't have time, if you get up and walk for a half hour, your mental sanity will feel so much better. You'll be so much more grounded, and you'll have a little bit more perspective, and I guarantee you'll have a little bit more gratitude. I find walking and finding things to be grateful for to be really helpful. And number 5, I would definitely say that this is something that I find to be really helpful. I shower first thing in the morning, whether it be like a cold or warm shower. I do have a skincare routine that often my girlfriends will ask me about because I'm like obsessed with it. But I don't want to take too much of your time to talk about my skin routine. But if you send me a direct message, I will tell you everything that I do. But I would definitely say showering first thing in the morning, it kind of wakes the body up. Cold showers are supposed to be like amazing. I have to like hold my breath, go into a cold shower, but sometimes when I have to be up for a client, I'm like, I'm gonna jump into that cold shower. But you know, whatever it is that you are looking to accomplish in your day, I truly believe that it does start in the morning time. And I go back to the thing that I initially said at the beginning of this episode, is that some of the most successful people that we admire on a day-to-day basis, they will say that the way that they start their morning is the way that it structures their whole entire day. And I will kind of add to that by saying this. One of the reasons why I generally don't like to be on the phone first thing in the morning is because it's a lot of extra noise. And I have anxiety, so sometimes if I have a lot of extra noise of so many multiple personalities or experiences or things that people are posting in news feeds, it's just a lot for me to consume. So I find that when I center myself with quietness and a morning routine, I can tackle any personality, I can take on anything in the day. It has really helped me to really separate myself from the technology so early in the morning. Not saying if that is something that you do, you know, that's what works for you. I'm just sharing what works for me, and I know a lot of you guys do connect to me on my direct message. You'll ask me certain things, what helps me. And the last thing I will say, because you know you're talking to like, you know, a fit chick who's been around for a while, water. First thing in the morning, I drink a large cup of water with a probiotic, and I will go into this in another episode. I microdose, so I do a large cup of water. I take a probiotic. I take a probiotic in yogurt with my microdose pill, and then I make my coffee, and then I am ready to go. I just, you know, sit on the bed and start writing, and the dog is there, and that's how I get the day going. And I share this because I want you to take any tool or any tip and apply it into your day, and you feel good in your day. And whatever it is that you may be going through, I've been there. And you can always share your experience, whether through direct message on my Instagram at Jessica J. Fury. You can share it on the Dumb Girl Podcast community at DumbGirlPodcast on Instagram and Facebook, or you can send an email to dumbgirlpodcast@gmail.com anytime with any questions, suggestions, or if you love these solo episodes that I do and you want me to talk about something specific, you can leave it on there. And just remember that whatever it is that you are going through at this particular time, morning routines are so amazing. Even if it's something incredible that you're doing right now, or if it's something that's really taking a lot of patience and a lot of prayer, I would definitely say that those morning routines take you back into a place of just like, wow, okay, I feel good. I'm going to go on my day, take care of what it is that I need to do, because I knew that I took this time to myself in the morning, which is probably number one for self-care and mental health. So that's all I have for today. This is your host, Jessica Fury, and be well.